All right, happy Monday night, everybody. Greetings from Red River, New Mexico. We're hanging out in the mobile Arctic Air Studios. Bull of the Woods, the legendary Bull tonight. We'll get you ready for Monday Night Football. Did you guys know that Baker Mayfield and Patrick Mahomes played a game against each other when they were college? This may be breaking news. I'm glad you tuned in. All right, we've got helmet stickers to hand out today to people who are awesome. Every Monday we find out, what do you know this week? What do you know about tech football? The NFL, the Dallas Cowboys, the Big 12, and hoops are back. The Lady Raiders are in action right now against Incarnate Word. Good first quarter, 17-9 lead late last we saw. And then whatever else may be on your mind. So we got basketball, we got football, got Red Black Series baseball. It's everything's happening right now. And that's why we're happy to be coming to you tonight from Bull of the Woods and the legendary Bull in Red River, New Mexico, our home away from home. All right, let's get this thing rolling in three, in two. Good evening, West Texans, all you good, fine, friendly folks out there who wish you were. I'm Ryan Hyatt, TheRaiderland.com. You started your day there. You were already posting comments. You're checking out everything we're doing with Raiderland Hot Links. By the way, we love putting the hot links out there, fresh and hot. We serve them up every morning. So check it out at TheRaiderland.com. Brought to you tonight by our friends at Lifts West Hotel and Condominium. Ski season is beginning in a few weeks. You need to get your reservations in. Call Billy and tell him Ryan Hyatt sent you there at Lifts West. Also by our friends just down the street. Had a great breakfast at yesterday's diner. Great diner, cafe, retro, cool, 50s, 60s, 70s, the kind of stuff you remember. And the food's amazing. Went with the Huevos Rancheros. I got this close to finishing. This close. And I didn't even have lunch today because of that. So all the communications brought to you tonight by United Supermarkets back home, Market Street. There's a grocery store in West Texas that supports Texas Tech. There's one that sends your money elsewhere. Let's get it going. Damon going to be first in. Says the talking box is on. Indeed, it is on a Monday night. Then we have Craig. The talking box is on. So we got YouTube and Facebook. Now all we need is our Twitter folks at Ryan Hyatt Media on Twitter to jump in. Wherever you guys want to start out, we can start out. A little more recap on Texas Tech and the upset at Ames. The huge opportunity, the great chance in front of Texas Tech against a Colorado team that's ranked. They're not, top two in the country, but it's been handed to you on a silver platter thanks to Deion Sanders. And really, that's it. Colorado's playing good football. But you get the Fox Big Noon pregame show in Lubbock. You've got a nice midday time slot. You get to show off your crowd, the Patrick Mahomes uniforms, all those things. Urban Meyer in town. Distraction or not for Texas Tech? Don't say distraction because this is the game you should strive to play every week. You want to be involved in games like this where the networks are paying attention, that they want to be at your place. This is the game. So I already heard some people say, man, I just hate all the distractions. Well, then you can't handle college football at a high level, and you should probably play in the WAC if that's going to be the case. Good evening, Red River, says Lynn. Good evening to Lynn, who, by the way, I saw on Twitter. You can follow us if you don't, at Ryan Hyatt Media, putting out some nice steak pictures, getting the basketball season started. By the way, thumbs up. Ben, you ought to be here. Moneyline cash for Tech on Saturday. Yes, it did. Moneyline cashed. Texas Tech is a dog getting the points. Texas Tech cashing all over the place, just like everybody knew. I hope you made some money on it. Not one of those, hey, look, the Moneyline cash. Did you bet it? No, I was gonna bet it. I'm still sorting through some of what we saw Saturday afternoon and evening in Ames. But certainly one of the helmet stickers goes to Taj Brooks, who set the table early, disappeared when they wouldn't give him the ball for a quarter and a half, and then patiently waited and said, I'll go win this game for you. I'll go get my $125. I'll go punish them, and you can use my threat, and you can get some pops downfield, and look how this thing works. He didn't get angry. He didn't pout. He didn't go Ezekiel Elliott on you. 100% helmet sticker, Taj Brooks. We're witnessing greatness in real time in the college football landscape. You're going to go a long, long, long time before you see anybody do what Taj Brooks is doing at Texas Tech. You know, when Byron Hanspard set the record in 96, 97, 96, yeah, that was a hyper run era in the Big 12 and in college football. Multiple guys were going off for 2,000 yards in a year. Never been done. But you kind of just thought, well, you know, somebody's going to come along. This Ricky Williams guy is going to be pretty good. And he was, don't get me wrong. But if you told me that mark would last as long as it did, I probably would have disagreed. Our man Ben, let's focus on what's ahead, not boast on last week. Who's next needs to be our approach. I think it is in the locker room. Hopefully it is. Hopefully they're still not watching highlights. Tech's still posting highlights on social media, but that's okay. I think Joey McGuire does a great job with the locker room looking ahead, not behind. As good as any coach I've seen at Texas Tech. I think he does just that. Otherwise, you don't get up off the mat after the TCU game and go do what you did there in Ames, Iowa. But we can look back and say, what did we see? What do we know? And that's why we ask the question on Mondays. What do we know this week? What do you know about Tech football today that you didn't know this time last week? What do you know about the Big 12? About anything? College basketball. The Dallas Cowboys. We'll get to that. The Dallas Cowboys give me a helmet sticker this week. So we can intertwine from last week, self-scout, and move forward. And say, what the good Tech, when we saw the good Tech, and we all know it, run game, play action passing, punch deep off the play action pass, and maybe try to get some tight ends involved. Defense, pressure. And, you know, Tim DeRuyter, hell of a coach, he basically just said, if we can't cover anybody, I might as well bring some pressure. I applaud that. Helmet sticker, Tim DeRuyter, Texas Tech defense. The much maligned Tech defense. Damon, I can't bet on anything until we get rid of Bidenomics. Jeff, helmet sticker to the Tech soccer team advancing in the Big 12 tournament. I mean, it's just like an eternal helmet sticker to Tom Stone's club. The, in my opinion, benchmark team sport at Tech right now. You know? The gangs, we got gang problem? Oh, crap, we got a gang problem. Called cops. Handing out helmet stickers. What do we know this week? Tech football, great opportunity. Your thoughts, your questions. We'll go back and forth tonight. We're at Bull of the Woods in Red River, New Mexico. Got a nice little snow this morning. Tomorrow evening it'll start snowing, and it might not stop for a couple of days. If you don't see me Thursday night, yeah, we got snowed in. I'd hate to have 8 to 10 inches of snow and not be able to get over Bobcat Pass. That would stink. Alan says on Facebook, thanks to United Supermarkets, one of our great sponsors, it's November and Joe doesn't lose home games in November. He's so not a Joe, right? Joey McGuire could not be Joe McGuire. I just thought of that right then. That's the first time I've ever thought of that. That Joey McGuire could not be Joe McGuire. He would so not look like a Joe McGuire, act like a Joe McGuire, talk like a Joe McGuire. I don't know. Joe McGuire sounds like Joe McGuire Autoplex. Remember when you were shopping for your next Buick in Allentown, Pennsylvania, Joe McGuire Autoplex. Come get the Lucky Shoe deal. You guys can share this, I believe, on Twitter, Facebook, and on YouTube. Invite some friends in. Say we're hanging out in the mountains all together. There's the guys were shooting pool over there over my shoulder that way a few minutes ago, but they saw me sitting up there like, let's get the hell out of here before whatever happens is about to happen. How many years has Taj had to get yards versus Hanspard? Didn't Hanspard have a nice GPA his last year? They don't recruit Byron to play school. That was at the end of his last year before he went pro. So a 3-year run there for Byron. Yeah, he was good. And here's what happened with Hanspard. He went to class. He just didn't take his finals. He just didn't go take his finals. He was done. He was going to the pros. And, Didn't take his finals, and that'll usually hurt you. So it wasn't a complete 0 GPA, 0.0. Our problem hasn't been facing adversity after a loss. Our problem has been withstanding prosperity. A lot of people can't handle prosperity. Most people, in fact, probably if you look around, can't handle prosperity. Look at lottery winners. They can't handle prosperity. The fake Natalie Mays is on Twitter X. Are you going to hear some tunes at Bull of the Woods or Mother Lode tonight? Mother Lode, not open tonight. It is kind of the off season. Bull of the Woods, bands usually on the weekends, but not right now until the ski season starts up again here at the Thanksgiving break. So no live music tonight. I could probably get Jeff Fagan to play something if he were here. I don't know where he is. He's out fishing somewhere. Fagan's Guided Fly Service, our recommended fly fishing guide in Red River, New Mexico. Could have brought my guitar. Joseph, I know that we have some fight left in this team. Prior years, we would have cashed it in. I think it's a fair point that a lot of years, and we saw that. We saw that in Cliff Kingsbury's first year, that they hit a rough patch, and then that was it. They turtled up and just went away. And after two really tough, mentally tough losses to Baylor and TCU, and then why not just go play the best team in the Big 12 at their place and go win? Culture's different. If people can't see that the culture is different, I can't explain it to you. Now, the talent's not immensely different. It's getting better. The depth still needs a lot of work. And certainly consistency, but the culture's better. Jesus told Byron to go to Tech, came to him in the shower, as so often happens to many young men. David, handling prosperity has been a problem ever since Fat Little Girlfriends and before. I would say and before. We can go back to the 90s. Chance to close out the Big 12 or the Southwest Conference, go to the Cotton Bowl as the sole champ instead of backing in and getting to play in the Cotton Bowl in 94 because of the you've sucked the longest rule and you haven't gone in the longest time, so you get to go. You know? Randy is talking about Chad Hasty Radio on KFYO 95.1 FM, the mighty 790 AM, the former home of the Williams and Hyatt show in the mid-90s. You wouldn't believe the text that Hasty was reading today on his show. I wouldn't? Were they like pornographic? What did I miss? Now you have my attention now. You do. All right, so we're hanging out here at Bull of the Woods. As long as the conversation is interesting, we're going to keep rocking and rolling. Take a shot for you. Our man, Co, you ought to be here. You ought to be here. We're going to be here till Thursday. So if you sneak up and you want to beat the weather, get on up here. What do we know on a Monday? You guys tell me what you know now about Tech football. If you want to get into basketball, I'm phrasing it tonight, season opener tomorrow. Your expectations for men's basketball. The Lady Raiders are in action right now, 28-9, 6:21 to go in the second, blowing out Incarnate Word. And that's after Malpin got 2 early fouls and she has hardly played. Texas Tech right now shooting 8 of 21, 4 of 12 long, but they are just taking apart Incarnate Word defensively. The turnovers right now, 11 for Incarnate Word, 12-1 points off turnovers. And there's your Lady Raider update live from Red River, New Mexico. What do you know about the Dallas Cowboys? We know Dak's going to be out multiple weeks. We know that there are reports now that Jerry may do a fire sale and get rid of some players. Won't matter. We know that apparently, I don't know if you guys know this, Patrick Mahomes and Baker Mayfield played a game against each other in college where there was a lot of scoring. I don't know if you guys knew that. I've seen that on the broadcast today, and I've been kind of intrigued by that. We hand out helmet stickers on Monday. We celebrate awesomeness and greatness. And then we discuss whatever may be on your mind. Speaking of which, by the way, congratulations, I guess is the right word, or happy, it's the 50th season of Lady Raider basketball. So the inception of the program, even prior to the AIAWAs, and then the NCAA run started in 1982-83. I think I got my numbers right. Either 81-82, I think 81-82. So this will be the 50th season of what we call Texas Tech women's basketball. I looked it up. 23 of those seasons I was doing radio. I started doing radio when I was 12. Helmet sticker to me. Fake Natalie Mays, should players and coaches stay off social media, or if they are not, talk about it after a game, or not talk about it after a game? Yeah, the whole nobody loves this and no, so hard and nobody knows how hard it is. Okay, either don't get on social media then, or how about this? Texas Tech spends hundreds of thousands of dollars producing videos and memes and graphics and everything for what? Social media. You can't love it when you love it and then decry it and it's horrible and we had to overcome all this. My God. No. It's never a good look when a coach talks about that or talks about how nobody believed in us or nobody. I mean, like Mike Gundy today talking about how people can't criticize his program because the people who criticize, are usually the ones who can't pay their bills. Said the guy making millions of dollars. He's such a phony. Mike Gundy's a phony. Hey, Mike, how much money do I have to make to criticize your program? Jeff is on Facebook. Everybody needs to go to Facebook, subscribe. It's free. Whether you watch on Facebook or YouTube, subscribe to our Facebook channel. Help grow that. You get our commentaries as well. So that's pretty cool. Oh, and do thumbs up and give us thumbs up, everybody who watches on Facebook, because apparently that's really important to the metric algorithm. Men's basketball expectations, Sweet 16 minimum. Minimum, he said. That's, I would say second round minimum till we actually see this configuration play. Tournament minimum. Second round, I think, is a fair expectation if we believe the talent that has been put together is as we think it is. And I can't wait to see Elijah Hawkins play at point. I want to see what JT Toppin does. I want to see Federico, I think that was that was different. That was a movie in Seinfeld that they all like. I want to see what he does around the rim. I'm intrigued by Orton coming in from Drake. We'll see. Tournament minimum. Second round, I think, is an okay expectation. Kobe, I wish, but in Amarillo going to the Colorado game. I'll wave to you. Michael, I feel bad for Brad Sham. Even Dak knows the Cowboys are not good. Which brings us to helmet sticker Brad Sham. So driving up yesterday, had the whole window of the Cowboy game to listen on radio. And it's rare that I listen to an entire game on radio. And Brad and, the entire broadcast crew with Babe Laufenberg and Christy Skills and, having to deliver the dreck. And I just kept thinking as I was driving, because you can hear the pain in Brad Sham's voice. And you can hear the frustration and just the total disdain he has for this team, how it's put together, the number of penalties. He had the great line at one point. He said, "My goodness, I hope these Cowboys, when they're walking down the street, they're wearing loafers and not lace-up shoes because they'll trip over their own feet." And he just wants to say what he wants to say. And we know how Jerry handles media that he didn't like. But damn it, Brad, here's your helmet sticker. Because for the first 20 years of your illustrious career, you had the greatest job in the NFL. And I've been there thinking that it's going to last and that every year you show up, you're going to win, call championships and, be great. And everybody, around you is like, oh, what a great job. And for the last 20 years or so, it's got to suck for Brad Sham when other NFL announcers are patting him on the back going, man, hang in there. Hang in there. It'll get better. I don't know how he does it. He deserves so much more. He's a man. He's over 50. He is Gundy. Randy, do the Cowgirls not have a play that their $60 million quarterback can throw on 4th and 2? I guess the punter has a better arm than Dakota Prescott. Well, now he's hurt. He's out multiple weeks with a hamstring throwing the ball. Didn't understand that play call, even though I'm listening on the radio. I was like, really? Okay. Chris, such a quality broadcast team being wasted. Yeah, Babe's really grown into the job. He's really smooth as an analyst. And Sham's play-by-play is a lot more TV than it used to be from a radio standpoint, but he does a good job. I mean, he does a great job. Don't get me wrong, but his play-by-play is a little different now. Andrew says it's snowing there. Oh, no, is it snowing there? It snowed this morning. It will snow tomorrow. It'll snow a little bit tomorrow night, and it'll snow like hell on Wednesday. And we'll see if we can get out on Thursday. I'd hate to get stuck here. 29 years of suckage. So, yeah, go ahead, Jerry. Back up the truck. Have your fire sale. And you made poor decisions. You were competing against yourself with Dak on the contract. Why did you do it? You didn't have to. Two teams, the Cleveland Browns and the Dallas Cowboys, same deal. You didn't have to do what you did at the quarterback position. Obviously, Cleveland with Deshaun Watson, which is just idiotic beyond description. But the Cowboys, let him walk. Let him walk. As my astute friend Gil Alexander says so many times on VSiN, you pretty much win a Super Bowl with a quarterback on a rookie contract or a generational talent. Dak ain't a rookie contract and a generational talent. And you're stuck with him. Good luck. Is Brad Sham or Eric Nadel better? Eileen Nadel. That is a great question. Of course, Eric Nadel, the longtime analyst for the Rangers, taking over as the lead play-by-play after the passing of Mark Holtz and some changes in the booth. Sham at his best, Nadel at his best. Woo. I have a slight lean Brad Sham, 80s and 90s. People forget Brad Sham did Texas Rangers TV for several years, too. He has a good baseball call. Very good baseball call. Ever so slightly to Brad Sham for my money. Nadel is very smooth. Very smooth. And he's just a really good guy. In the really good guy Hall of Fame, Nadel is right up there at the top. Jerry should have signed Derrick Henry and not Ellen. Yeah, but he didn't have any money because he was going to have to give a lot of money the day before the season started to Dak Prescott. He just didn't have any money. They were broke, he said. And now Elliott, Ezekiel Elliott doesn't even make the trip. Obviously, things have gone south on that. Draft Shader and hire his dad. Shadur and hire his dad. Oh, there's people that would like that. Joe, now you Cowboy fans can see firsthand why backup quarterbacks are just backups. Cooper Rush had a nice little stretch. What was it, 2 years ago? 2 or 3 years ago? And beat. Who are they playing, I think, this week? Are they playing Minnesota? Beat Minnesota when Dak was out. Everybody loved him, but he's still a backup quarterback. He's still a backup quarterback. And now he doesn't have near the weapons. He doesn't have near the line. I mean, Cooper Rush is going to get the hell beat out of him. Jan, helmet sticker to Joey. Great coach, great man. His passion for Tech is genuine. I think his passion for life is genuine. I think his passion when he was at Baylor was probably genuine. I think his passion at Cedar Hill was genuine. Wherever the hell else he coached. His passion when he goes to breakfast in the drive-through lane, it's probably genuine. Get that honey chicken biscuit. Some things you can't fake. And my BS detector failed me on Tommy Tuberville in a large way. I really thought he wanted to come to Tech to win at Tech. Most of the time, my BS detector is pretty good. it wasn't so much that I was like bought in this huge Tommy Tuberville guy. I just really thought he felt like he had something to prove. And hey, fooled me. Fake Natalie Maines jumping in. He's on Twitter X tonight, commenting here on the daily broadcast. Brought to you by Lifts West Hotel and Condominium in Red River, New Mexico. Yesterday's diner. Get the breakfast enchiladas. I had the huevos rancheros, which are great. I had to force myself to go away from my go-to breakfast enchiladas. Jerry the owner needs to fire Jerry the GM. Won't happen. Never going to happen. Never going to happen. And Stephen Jones ain't going to change anything. And then whoever comes in after that, you've got another 70 years of Jones family owning the Cowboys, you know. Was Joey's passionate Crowley genuine? I'd have to ask somebody there. I mean, did he like, what are they, purple? You like purple? Can everybody like purple? Tuberville a better senator than coach? Maybe so. He annoys me there, though. Truly, he does. Helmet sticker to all the poll workers tomorrow. Hey, man. You know, when I went down to Brownfield to cast my ballot last week, efficient, pleasant, happy people. Same thing usually when I vote on election day down in Meta, which is the closest one to where I live, not being in Lubbock proper. And they're always nice, happy, and friendly people, and I thank them for that. Helmet sticker to all the election workers. And helmet stickers to everybody. Hey, you guys know where I lean politically, but please just go vote your conscience, get out there, do your thing, stand in line, and just, you know, take care of business tomorrow and do what you want to do. Like I said, you know, my direction and how I lean on that. But the main thing is just, you don't really get to bitch, you know, get to whine if you really don't, you know, go out there and do something. So I don't want anybody sitting there saying, well, the lines are too long, or I thought my guy or my girl was going to win, and, you know, blah, blah, blah. Just go vote. It's really not hard. It's actually pretty easy. I figure if I can do it, it's pretty easy. We got about 3-4 more minutes left with you tonight here on the daily broadcast. Beautiful Red River, New Mexico. Bull of the Woods, the legendary Bull of the Woods, where, you know, let's see, tomorrow Taco Tuesday, so get here early, they go quick. Then we got steak night coming up on Thursday, which if we get snowed in Wednesday night and we have to stay another day, God, that would suck. I would hate that. I'd hate to have to be here and eat steak, drink beer. Oh, gosh, what would we do? That'd be awful. And then the bands will start up again on the weekends when ski season gets going in a few weeks. They are making pretty good snow right now. And if we get what we're thinking we're going to get here in the next 48 hours, that's going to be a really solid base to work with. The best thing about it, the temperatures are getting down low and getting back into that snow-making territory. Yeah, if you can do that, nobody makes snow better in the Southern Rockies than the Red River ski area. I mean, nobody's even close. And I'm not picking on certainly Ruidoso. They do what they can there at Ski Apache, but the weather just doesn't cooperate. It's just they get such a short window. It's really hard for them to supplement it. They got to get what God gives them. But up here, God gives them a lot, and then they can make a tremendous amount of snow. And they got the new lift going there, the Copper King lift, which I missed all the fun when they were bringing in the helicopters and crap. I miss all the cool stuff, but that's just me. So you need to call our man Billy there at Lifts West, get your reservations made, and get ready to go for what'll be a great ski season here in Red River. All right, a few more questions and comments here on the United Supermarkets chat line. Dude, Lynn jumping in on Facebook Live. Actually, election day is pancake supper, Kiwanis Hereford tradition. Okay, cool. You guys do your deal in Hereford. I like that. Randy, Wolf Creek opened 2 weeks ago. It dumped over northern. Well, not so much here, but they did get a nice little elevation snow there at Wolf Creek. And the difference between 9,000 and 10,000 and 10 and 10 and 10.5, and you'd be amazed at how much difference that can make. Lauren, enjoy New Mexico. Perfect night for the green chili stew. Every night is a good night for green chili stew. Got here last night. They were making burritos. They were hellacious good. Huge burritos here at Bull of the Woods. And it's like they had too much food, and they're like, we got to get rid of it now. All right, so here's the drill. We'll be back live with you guys tomorrow night, 6:30 Texas time. You know what to do. Tuesday's best. We'll have a little bit more of a look at Texas Tech and Colorado. We'll recap Kansas City and Tampa Bay. I don't think Baker Mayfield and Patrick Mahomes are going to reenact that 2016 game in Lubbock. I don't think Patrick's going to throw for 730 yards, but if he wants to, I know a lot of fantasy football people that'll be very, very happy to see that. So we'll be back with you in the morning on the website. We'll have our column ready to go. Your Raiderland hot links ready to go, fresh hot every morning. So check us out there at theraiderland.com. And then we'll have another commentary for you tomorrow sometime in the afternoon after I recover from breakfast. All right, couple more comments before we get out. Joe on Facebook, helmet sticker to the get her done defense. Yeah, just good enough. The good enough get her done defense. And Randy, are you going to have one Lauren Motter on this week since she's a big Colorado promoter? Well, she's a Colorado grad. She's not a Colorado promoter. For those who don't know, Lauren Motter is the weeknight anchor on KMAC 28. She's a Colorado grad. Everybody got to be true to their school. She needs to wear some black and gold this week. Rock it. Don't be embarrassed like David Collier is of being embarrassed to be an Oklahoma Sooner. I'm just kidding, Collier. I know you're not watching. All right. Hell of a show. A lot of fun. Looking forward for the next couple of days being up here, hanging out at the Bull, hanging out around town. If you make your way into Red River while we're here, look us up. Give us a shout. We'll hang out with you and have a cold beverage, all right? Okay, you guys know what to do. We're going to put this out on the website, theraiderland.com, in a minute. You can share it, invite your friends in. We appreciate everybody jumping in on our YouTube channel, on Twitter, on Facebook Live. See you in the morning, theraiderland.com.